Supersessionism, or replacement theology, posits that one religious tradition supersedes another in divine favor. In Christianity, it claims that the new covenant through Jesus has replaced the old covenant with Jews, viewing the Christian church as the new Israel. This belief can create tensions with Jews, who maintain that their covenant with God is still valid. Judaism rejects being superseded, stressing the ongoing importance of the Torah. Islam also contends with this idea, considering itself the final revelation through Muhammad, which corrects earlier scriptures. Supersessionism leads to important discussions about continuity and change among these faiths, impacting their interfaith relations.
The tension between Isaac and Ishmael arises from the fact that both sons were considered heirs to Abraham, and their descendants became the ancestors of the Jewish and Arab peoples, respectively. It is a common belief among Jews, Christians, and Muslims that God commanded Abraham to sacrifice his beloved son. However, these faiths differ on which son was to be sacrificed. Jews and Christians, drawing from the Old Testament, believe it was Isaac. In contrast, Muslims believe it was Ishmael. What is the premise of their argument? The tension between Isaac and Ishmael primarily stems from their status as sons of Abraham, who is a significant figure in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Each faith views these two sons as important heirs, which has implications for their respective religious narratives and identities. In the biblical tradition, especially in Judaism and Christianity, Isaac is portrayed as the child of promise. According to the Old Testament, God made a covenant with Abraham, promising that he would be the father of a great nation through Isaac, whom he had with his wife Sarah after years of barrenness. The narrative of the near sacrifice of Isaac, known as the Akedah, or the binding of Isaac, illustrates Abraham's faith and fidelity to God. This event is pivotal in Jewish thought and also has significance in Christian teachings, as it is often interpreted as a foreshadowing of the sacrifice of Jesus. On the other hand, Islamic tradition holds that God commanded Abraham to sacrifice Ishmael, the son he had with Hagar, Sarah's maidservant. In Islam, Ishmael is also viewed as a significant figure, often considered the forefather of many Arab tribes and an ancestor of the Prophet Muhammad. The story of the sacrifice is celebrated during the festival of Eid al-Adha, which commemorates Abraham's willingness to obey God. The core of the argument revolves around the identity and heritage implications of which son was chosen for the sacrifice. For Jews and Christians, Isaac represents the covenant and the beginning of their lineage, while for Muslims, Ishmael signifies a connection to a vast number of Arab peoples and Islamic identity. This divergence in beliefs creates a theological and historical rift that underlies a broader narrative of conflict and rivalry between the descendants of these two figures. This divergence has fueled the historical and ongoing tensions between Jewish and Arab nations, with each group claiming a rightful heritage traced back to their respective patriarch, Abraham. The disagreement over which son was to be sacrificed can be seen as symbolic of deeper issues of identity, legitimacy, and divine favor that continue to influence interfaith relations and political dynamics today.